But I think when you look at that Zaniolo, it's one of those where that's just him. Like, obviously, he's read the room and gone, do you know what? If I go down there with a head injury, the ref has to stop it because of the whole concussion protocol. So it'll stop it. So
it's a dangerous game to play, though, isn't it? Because the reason that rule has been brought in is because of the dangers surrounding concussion or even long-term dementia.
Well, it's poor because you think it's one of those where if he's faking it and the referee, or he fakes it and the ref doesn't give it, you go, well, that's a good decision by the ref. He's right. But the worry is that. Exactly. Is that all of a sudden the ref thinks he's gone down a bit easy there, he's having a laugh and plays on, and then it comes back and he's got concussion, then the ref's in for it. So,
or even worse, yeah. The ref cannot afford to take that risk.
Well, potentially then that's where you've got to start thinking, do you know what? If they're going to start faking head injuries, there's got to be severe punishments.
But then how do you prove it? He might have said, well, I did feel a little flick and I got a really bad pain. I had to go.
Well, if the doctors can't, again... No, but what you need to do is then you need to have someone who's impartial. So no one can...
No, but at the time he might have said, oh, I really felt this whack. Because there's a little flick that goes on. And, no, just before it. And he might have gone, 30 seconds for the pain.
That's why you need an expert, an impartial one that's not involved with any team. There at the games, going, check him over. Yeah, I mean, he's saying that he's took a bang, but he hasn't. So he's obviously faking. I know, but then long term, what about if that player a year down the line has a problem with his... I just don't think anyone's going to say no. That didn't happen. Nah, but something's got to be done then, because you can't let that continue. What about in rugby, the habit where the physios can come on and treat the player while the game's going on? Can that be done? No. I mean, that stops cheating, doesn't it? You say that, okay, but then he comes on and treats him, and it's a defence centre half, and he goes down on the edge of his own box, for instance, and the referee comes on and treats him, and they break. He's playing everyone on side. If I'm a centre forward and I see him on the floor there, I'll just go and stand next to him. I'm on side. Okay. Well, I'll add to that rule then. Yeah. If you are being treated, you can't be used in offside. Okay, so again, we're now starting to add more and more layers and more layers. Right. So how do you get around this problem then? Or is it, as some of the ex-players we're listening to there alluded to, is it all about the dark arts? You do what you do to win. Because the bottom line is, right, we're all hypocrites. Mm-hmm. And if England are playing in a World Cup final and we're playing Argentina and they break and then... Phil Foden goes down clutching his head and it looks like they're going to score and the referee sees Foden go down and goes, oh, stop, come back. We would all go, well done, Phil, brilliant. Wouldn't we? We'd all do that. Yeah, of course. I think it's just severer punishments. I think that's what you can do. I think there's a way, listen, if you see someone just going down because they've been touched on the head, we all know full well, I'm not a head expert, but I can tell he's not got a concussion from someone flicking his head. I know, but you can't risk it. That's the thing. What sort of risk? No referee is going to take that matter into his own hands to decide in a millisecond whether or not it's a bad enough injury. He's seen no replay. He might not have seen the collision. If he has, maybe he hasn't seen it as bad as he thought it might have been. What? So you just think it's something we've got to deal with? Yeah, I do. Or retrospectively, but I don't know how you prove these players weren't in as much pain as they claim they were at the time. A head injury is difficult. I get that. But any other injuries where they go and clutching their foot, let it play on. Yeah. We'll take calls on that 0371 722 3344. Maybe you can think of a way around it. While they're coming in, we'll go to Carl, Liverpool fan. Just a quick word about Aston Villa. We heard Philippe Senderos talk about them in the last break, about how well they're doing now. I mean, it is quite unbelievable. They're fifth in the Premier League, 2 points off top spot Man City. That could change, of course. Spurs play tonight live on talkSPORT. But still, what a job Unai Emery has done there. Again, and I've said it to you before when we spoke about his time at Arsenal. Wrong place, wrong time. Following Arsene Wenger, who'd been there for 25 years. You didn't want to be that guy following him. But what he's done at Aston Villa, it looks like it just fits, doesn't it? The size of the football club, which is a huge football club. Sleeping giant, right? Yeah. Massive fan base. It looks like they're ready to get to that next level. They've been, I think the last time they were really kind of like threatening it was Martin O'Neill. I think they finished fifth twice where they were pushing for that. But I think now he looks like he's like, all right, I think they've got a big squad, deep squad, so I think they can compete now in Europe and in the Premier League. Mm-hmm. And they've just got a born winner. They've got a born winner at the helm now as well. They're getting the best out of the players that he's got, the likes of Watkins, the signing of Diaby, Leon Bailey's got a great goal. McGinn looks a different player. McGinn looks a different player. Konza looks incredible at centre-half. They're excited going in the right direction for sure. Only Man City, Arsenal and Liverpool have taken more points in the Premier League since Unai Emery took over. Can they win the Premier League this season, Villa? No. Can they get top four? Can they do what we call a Newcastle? Well, they can get top four because it's 5. No, it's potentially going to be 5. It looks like. Yeah, they can. They can. And by the way, in that top 5 at the moment, the top 5 is City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Spurs, Villa. No Chelsea, no Manchester United, no Newcastle. Well, I think Chelsea and Newcastle got an opportunity to do it. Should we go to the phone lines? 0371. You know what? I'll take now. Actually, I'm not going to say that. Don't say anything. No, I'm not going to say that. You've got next weekend as well. Yeah, horrible game. Mac Derby, yeah. Oh, come on, please. I hope I see another 7. Imagine if we win that game. We've got every chance of winning. Okay, imagine you get beat 5. We won't. I think we've got a chance to win. We'll talk about that later on in the week. No. Wouldn't surprise me if we won. It wouldn't surprise me though. Because I've seen in the past before you somehow get a result
there.
There
You go, see? Not like your mob.
Collapse,
hold on. 2-0 down.
We beat them.
Who?
City.
How'd you get on the weekend against Chelsea?
Didn't lose.
Chelsea are 10th. They're not even a top 9 side.
I think there's 2 teams in the Prem that are unbeaten this year.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're one of them.
Hold on, who's the other one?
A team that we're above.
Who's the other one?
A team that we're above.
Yeah, you won't be at 10 o'clock tonight. That game, by the way, live on talkSPORT. Carl was a Liverpool fan. Hello, Carl.
Evening, gents.
How are you?
Very well. Driving home from work, so can't be too bad.
He must be happy he got away one at the weekend. Kanati.
Oh, my goodness.
Absolutely. We got away with several at the weekend. I mean, Everton weren't really in the game, but I thought Ashley Young was unlucky to get sent off, and Kanate was lucky not to be sent off. And I think the things from the previous weeks definitely went in our favour, so shall we say. But anyway, going back to your thing with players, shall we say, not so much cheating but bending the rules.
Yeah.
If they're down and being treated, why can't VAR have a look at it? Because if he was hit, a player, say, was hit intentionally by another player, then that could potentially be a red card offence. If he wasn't touched, that player should be given a card.
Yeah, but this is all, Carl. This is all afterwards. What we're saying is, how do you stop players feigning injury to stop the ref blowing up and stopping the game?
I think if they bring this rule in where VAR look at it and they say, okay, if your player's gone down and he's got concussion, not only have you got to immediately take him off, he has to miss the next league match. That will stop people going down with injuries that aren't injuries, because if they start losing decent players, Salah does it, they all do it. They all go down too easily these days, like they've been shot by a sniper in the crowd, and nobody's touched them, or they've hardly flicked them. So if they start retrospectively going, well, if he's got a concussion injury, he can't play next. Well, yeah, but we haven't got a game for 2 weeks. Sorry, he can't play next time.
Thanks for your call, Carl.
I don't mind them not playing the following week.
Oh, yeah, you can't do that.
No, but I quite like that idea.
Why? You can't do that. You can't start banning players when they...
Well, for cheating.
Well, it's not the following week. What about if you've got international breaks? There's 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week, whatever.
The next league game is, you don't play. But do you know what I'd say about that?
Yeah.
With the head injuries, which is a serious... Well, we're talking about... Well, kids can't even practice heading now, can they, until they get to a certain age?
Why have you showed me the height of a kid? Like, I wouldn't know how tall kids are. I don't know. Okay.
But it's almost not a bad idea, that, because all of a sudden now you're thinking, with head injuries, that is playing the darkest of dark arts, because the referee's got to blow the whistle. Yeah. But if you're deemed to have nothing wrong with you, miss a game, or come straight off, head injury off, miss the next game.